Hi folks. For anyone just beginning to play Spanish style guitar, I think this may be kind of handy for you. In Juan Martin's book, El Art Flamenco, he says as a first day solo you can try the very, very well known Malaguena riff, which just about everyone has heard. Now, to try your different techniques, you can add bits onto that. So you can try it a few different ways and then gradually build up. So the first one is just to learn the actual riff with just the notes, without anything added onto them, which is just holding the second fret on the fourth string and the first fret on the third string, and then just do this with your thumb. And then you just keep the same shape but move these two fingers over and go, and then take your fingers off. Now, it pays to get very, very familiar with that, just playing it with your thumb. And then when you can do it without thinking too much, you can add to it the open first string with your index finger after each note. That's something to do, how to do that. Now, you can do that an octave lower, the main riff, starting on your bass E string, the E note on the 6th string, and open 4th fret, 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then go then to the 5th string, open 2nd, opened 3rd, 2nd, open, then come back to your 6th string and go 3rd, 2nd, open. 5th string, and when you're happy with that, don't have to think about it too much, do the same thing. Add an open first string with your index finger after each note. The next thing that can be done, what I tend to do on this first part, because you're using some of the more treble strings for the melody, you can't really fit in arpeggios on your top strings, on your treble strings so easily. So I tend to use that. You can use that as a tremolo exercise. Tremolo, instead of doing a single note, do a tremolo after each, along with each one. So that's something you can add to the higher one, tremolo. Now, if we go to the lower octave again, I can do a back arpeggio after each note, which is the first string, second string, and then the third string with your ring finger middle finger, index finger after the bass note. That's open. But of course, that you can hear, that sounds like a minor chord. So in order to do the arpeggio afterwards, you have to put your finger on the G sharp note on the 3rd string. That's the 1st fret on the 3rd string, because that's the top part of the E major chord. So you have to hold that while you're playing this. Now that's the first half of the thing. Obviously this piece, we have to do something different. We have to then play the 2nd fret on the 3rd string and the 1st fret on the 2nd string, which is the top 3 notes, along with the open E, is the top 3 notes of an A minor or even an F, or an F major 7th. Anyway, now you would think that you would naturally want to play this with your 2nd finger and your 1st finger, but not so. The best way to do it is to play those 2 notes with your 3rd finger and your 1st finger. Now there's a reason for this, because you can then use these fingers, these 2, your 2nd and your 4th finger, to play those notes. If you had these 2, you can't go, you can't do it. So 1st and 3rd fingers, now you can, so therefore you've got to hold those, and for the 2nd half of the riff, straight back to the E parts. 1st fret, 3rd string, 1st finger. Move over. Now on top of that, you can do the same fingering, but you can just pluck these 3 strings all together at the same time. So using different techniques for the same thing, and you can build it up. Begin with just the basic riff, or without the finger even. Add things onto it. Gradually build it up. So that's about it. I mean, when I do play this Malaguena thing, I throw in this tremolo thing, and then I extend it a bit. try. It's a great thing to do if you're just beginning with this stuff. It's a great thing to do. You can slowly, as I said before, you can slowly add extra stuff on top of it. Hope it helps.